What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NBA DFS video. It is Sunday edition. It is November 23rd. We are back with another video for you. If you've never been here before, if you find any of this at all helpful or useful, hit that bell notification after you hit that subscribe button. So that being said, it's Sunday. I've already done a main, depending on when you watch this video, I've done a main slate breakdown, building out lineups for NFL Week 12. The NBA content is there. We've got obviously NFL content for cheat sheets, lineups, projections, simulations. It's all there. We have videos on them here as well. We do 10,000 simulations in the morning or at night, the night before, early simulations. And we give you guys our first look at the NBA slate. So what we're going to do, it's pretty nice. It's the first time I think all year that both Fanduel and DraftKings have the same amount of games on their main slates. So we've got a 7-game slate, which means we have over 5 games. We're going to give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position with our floor projections through the first 10,000 sim. That's what we'll do for each position. We'll give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value. Now, when we use DraftKings, top picks are the top picks, mid picks are like 8K to 6K range, and then value pretty much 5K or below, but more value opens up throughout the day. So what we're going to do is after we go through all of that, we're going to build you a FanDuel lineup and a DraftKings lineup as an early lineup build using our simulation. So that being said, we try to have 2 giveaways every single video. You got to like the video, you got to be a subscriber to the channel, and you got to leave a comment down below. If you do all 3 of those in this video right here, gets a minimum of 50 likes. You have a chance at a free week of FTA Plus. 100 likes is a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes, a chance at a lifetime pass worth $500. And the second way to win, somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or a key phrase. Listen for it, type it in, and have a second shot at a free week. So our last NBA video did not get the 50 likes. It ended up getting 33 likes, but we do have a keyword. So 17 comments, someone will win for a keyword. It was Park or Parks. Cujo Blue said, thank you for the NBA content. This is what I'll say. If you leave a comment, make sure you get that keyword in there instead of having multiple different comments for that exact reason there. So the winner, there you go. RJ Grossi, Park Bacon would be lovely experience. Yes, it would. So congratulations to you. We are now going to go on and check out our early simulation. So I'm looking at the top. Looking at the top of point guard, you got Luka at the top. Going up against Utah, great matchup, 29 DVP, 59 fantasy points is what we have him early projected at. Obviously, that is not enough at 12-2, but these are early projections. SGA, we've got SGA at 53 fantasy points, and then James Harden, who absolutely dominated in his last game. I'm looking at 50 fantasy points for Harden. Mid-tier, like I said, like 8K to 6K range, but as you can see, so many injuries, people already ruled out. And then these questionables, that's where you find the value throughout the day. So looking at point guard here, mid-range, LaMelo Ball, about 43 fantasy points. Keontae George, 38, and Derek White, 35. And then value, like I said, it's usually in that 5K range. A lot of injuries to kind of navigate, but what we're looking here is we're looking at Anthony Black, about 23 to 25 fantasy points. Cason Wallace, about 22 fantasy points. And then I would go down a little bit. Caleb Love, if he gets in there for minutes wise, about 18 to 22 fantasy points. Now, bench players, you would love to see 20 minutes in a game. But if not, if they go below that, you kind of need 1.5 to 2.2 fantasy points per minute to pay off using someone that might not be out there for very many minutes. So we're looking at shooting guard. You got Donovan Mitchell at the top, 47 to 50 fantasy points. Austin Reeves at 42 to 45. Desmond Bane, 36 to 38. Mid-tier, a lot of people out already. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 32 fantasy points. Peyton Pritchard, 32. And AJ Mitchell, 30 fantasy points. And then trying to find value here around the bottom area, 5K or below-ish range. I've got Isaiah Joe, about 21 fantasy points. Jordan Goodwin, 21, and Anthony Simons, 20 to 24 fantasy points. So let's move to the small forward position. Kawhi is questionable. Jalen Williams already ruled out. If Kawhi plays, I've got him about 42 to 45 fantasy points. It just depends on the injury and if it's going to hamper him for minutes in the game. Jaylen Brown about 41 fantasy points. Franz Wagner about 41 fantasy points as well. Mid-tier, Dylan Brooks about 31 fantasy points. Jeremy Grant 30 fantasy points. And Devin Vassell right around 30 fantasy points there. Then a little bit lower. Not a ton. Lou Dort, 21 fantasy points. Jalen Tyson, if he gets in there, 20 fantasy points. And Alex Caruso, right around 19 to 22 fantasy points. Going to the power forward position. We've got Jalen Johnson at the top. Against Charlotte, 24th DVP, about 47 to 50 fantasy points. We got LeBron James, about 44 to 50 himself. Lauri Markkanen, about 42 fantasy points. Mid-tier, not many mid-tier here, really at all. But Evan Mobley at 38 fantasy points, Chet Holmgren at 36, and Harrison Barnes at 25 fantasy points. Value-wise down here, again, not a ton. Jeremy Sokin, 19, Jalen Williams, 18, and Jordan Walsh at 18 fantasy points. So now final position, we've got the center position going on, which is kind of wild. Zubac, I've never in my life, in the 12 years that I am playing, or I have been doing this website, I have never seen Zubac top center projection ever. Got him right now against Cleveland. Great matchup. 22nd DVP, about 36 to 40 fantasy points. Kristaps Porzingis, 33. Yusuf Nurkic, 33 fantasy points. Mid-tier, if you can find ones that are not ruled out. Questionable, but Nick Claxton, about 33 fantasy points. DeAndre Ayton, 32. Mark Williams, 28. And then value-wise, I'm probably not going this far down, especially on a slate like this. But if you are going that sub 5K, Musa Diabat at 22 fantasy points, Kyle Filipowski 21, and Kelly Olynyk at 19 fantasy points. So those are just some of the plays at each position. If you want to see the rest of them under the NBA tab, go check out everything. FTA Plus is $10 for a week, $30 for a month, $200 for a year. But if you email us and want the Black Friday special, you can get it for $75 or a lifetime pass, normally $500. But the next 5 people that email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. If you have that, lifetime pass instead of $500 is down to $150. We only have 5 spots left. Okay, so we are going to build a lineup now. Okay, so I built the lineup here. I wanted to show you, we've got Collier there all the way down, but what we're looking at is one more spot. I'm going to put in Austin Reeves. So Collier, Tyson, Porter, Walsh, Claxton, Reeves, Johnson, and Musa now. Now, when we look at this, this is obviously through the first 10,000 sims. We've still got Claxton who's questionable. So I'm showing you a first build, but do not just think, set it and forget it. Might need to change it a little bit. So I wanted to just say these are great starting points for tournaments, but a lot of news happens in the next 18 hours before, if someone's in or out or injured or around shoot around or has the flu, literally anything can happen. So then here's the FanDuel one. Isaiah Collier, SGA, James Harden. Like you can see, I said James Harden had a fantastic game last game. Put up 70 fantasy points. I had 35 minutes, 55 actual points against Charlotte. Pechke, Kawhi Leonard does have the probable attack, so I think he's good to go. Hopefully he's not on a minute restriction. Hachimura, Holmgren, Royce O'Neal, and Yusuf Nurkic. Now, a great first starting point. Like the last video we did a lineup like this, it scored 309. So it hit over the 300 club some nights. I remember when 200 would win a tournament, and then they just started up in the multipliers and stuff from the scoring and changes. But these lineups, they're a good starting point. I want to bring that to your attention there. So hopefully you guys are ready to rock and roll. Depending on when you watch this video, go check out our other videos, NFL videos. We've got the showdown for Sunday Night Football out there. Got the stacks video, our top 6 stacks for week 12. Got the main slate breakdown. Got it all for you. So go have fun. Good luck. And as always, keyword of the day, I did forget, grape. See if you guys are still listening. Good luck. Bring home some bacon and peace.